video. Every time I go over to that whiteboard, nobody can see on video what the heck I was talking about. And so that's usually like the most important things that I want to talk about, right? Or at least the high level stuff that I want to talk about. So I have a new strategy. At least we're going to try it out this week. And so I went and got an iPad, just one of the cheap ones. And they're super cheap on Walmart right now. They're like $200 or something insane. It's crazy. But anyways, so you should go get one if you want one. But, so the idea is that I'm going to use this. Yoink. Yoink is awesome. I'm going to use this to draw notes, like, right?
That's so much better.
And then I can do whatever I want, and then I can save these and then upload them into the syllabus, and they'll be, of course, captured on video. So we'll be playing around with this. Bear with me while I get used to it. I'm not really an iPad user. I had an old iPad, but my wife stole it from me years ago. And so I'm just kind of learning the ropes again. Cool. All right. There's that. And I can redo my messy handwriting too, which is nice. Okay, so this quick little chat we're going to have is about the credentials. Remember when I went over the active storage stuff, and there's that section here about the access keys, and it talks about this Rails application credentials thing. So what that is a built-in system for Rails to store things that you need to keep secret. We don't want to put our AWS secret keys up into GitHub because bad guys eventually will come along and hack GitHub and steal them from us. Even though our repos are private, especially you guys, most of your repos are public, like you're sharing them with employers and stuff, 100% you cannot have your keys there. Like that would be a recipe for you to lose thousands and thousands of dollars, because I guarantee you if a hacker gets your key and uploads their collection of cat videos to your account, AWS isn't going to care. They're going to charge you, and it's going to be expensive, and you're going to be sad. So this will be an important tool for you to use. All right, so what is it? So it's a new thing for Rails 5-ish, and it has to do with this. What? Okay. It has to do with this file in config credentials. And if you open this file up, you'll see that it's just this encrypted string. That actually has encrypted inside of it the credentials for my application, the secret key. I could put anything I want in here, and Rails will encrypt and decrypt it. It's not 100% safe, but it's pretty safe. It's better than not encrypting it at all. And it's good enough for our purposes at this point. If somebody stole that, I'm sure you would know about it, and you'd probably have a little bit of time to go ahead and change all your credentials, right? Because they'd have to work on cracking this, and GitHub would be telling you, hey, your account got hacked or whatever. And so this is pretty good, because it's not easy to crack this stuff. It's crackable, but it's not easy. And so, all right, so how do we manage these things? We obviously aren't going to edit this thing directly. So what we can do is we can cd into our app. And we can type this command. I don't have it memorized, so I will just go back. It's this guy right here. Copy. Yeah.
Sorry, when you said that, it reminded me. I got an email a couple days ago from GitHub just saying we found a vulnerable dependency in our repository. That's not the same thing.
That is not the same thing. It's related. So your gems, they are all subject to security vulnerabilities as well. And so what that's doing is saying, hey, you're using some version of some gem, and it probably tells you if you dig into it that you need to update because there's a vulnerability inside of it. I've seen those too, yeah. All right, so I ran that command here. Let me show you again. Control X. I ran editor equals nano. Bin Rails is just a how to get to Rails, and then credentials edit. And what this is doing, it's just like a Rails G command. It's just got a couple extra things on it. It's running a specialized rake task of credentials edit that's going to decrypt that credentials file, let you edit it, and then when you save and close your editor, it'll re-encrypt it. This is all happening inside the terminal. Some of you, if you're paying attention, you've probably seen me open up Vim once in a while and work in Vim. It's the same concept. Vim runs in the terminal. You could use Vim here, but I don't want to subject you to have to learn Vim. It's worthwhile. You should all do it, but I'm not going to force it on you. Nano is a little more of a friendly editor, but it all, it happens right inside the terminal. So when I open that up, there's Nano, and I can move around with my arrow keys, and you can see this section down here of just my shortcuts. Really, the important ones are Control X, because that's how you get out of it. But here, they put a section up here for you for your AWS keys, because that's pretty much 99.9% of the reason people use this credentials file is for their AWS keys. So you would go, and remember when I told you that when you generate that IAM user, it's going to give you that secret key. You're going to see it once and only once. Well, hopefully you wrote it down, because this is where you put it. You can put your access key there and your secret key there, and of course uncomment these. And things are going a little slow for me right now, but it's just I arrow around, and with my delete key, I should be able to make changes. Boom, I don't even have any network anymore. Sweet, we're back to network problems. Hold on, I'll be right back.
After you did the editor nano command, this is the next thing that popped up?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, hopefully this will go a little better. All right, so I can just arrow around and make changes to this file. There you can see that I'm kind of doing it. Cool, so now I've enabled that. I've added the keys that I want, imagine. I've gone here. And updated this. And then when I hit Control, that little caret means control. When I hit Control X, it's going to ask me, do I want to save? I'm going to type Y. And should close. Oh, it asked me the file name. See that file name? It's just a temporary file. That's good to go. That's fine. I hit Enter, and it closes. Cool. So I've added that key. So going back here, there's a couple different ways I can access it. This one I think is really elegant, the dig command. Notice how when I looked at that key, let me open it back up. It was namespace under AWS. It was AWS : access key : so that path to that is AWS, then access key ID. So it's nested, right? All right, so how do I deal with that? Well, pretty elegantly. I can go Rails application credentials dig, AWS access key ID. And so that's going to follow that path, whatever path I'm digging. You can imagine digging down through a nested tree of stuff. So let's just try it real quick. So I'm going to Control X again. And I didn't make any changes, so I didn't need to save anything. I was just playing around with this, so I think I've got it here.
So that credentials, that encrypted credentials YML, you would just put all of your credentials in there, right? Anything that's like secret key.
Anything is secret, yeah. Anything you want. It's just a YAML file, so it can be any structure you want. So our example was AWS, and then it was AWS, was it access key, I think? I can't remember now. It's access key ID. Oops. Of course it doesn't find it. So there's what happens when you open it up in Vim. Oh, it's just access key ID, right? Is that what I did? Oh, see my mistake? This one is, yeah, just access key ID. Yeah. So if I go and fix that. Sweet, so there it is. So that's how I'm going to use that in here. And so I should probably, I guess that's all right. And this file, of course, is config.storage.yaml. So once you do that, the rest of this active storage setup is going to work just fine. Those are our credentials for Amazon. Once we add the gems and everything, we're going to be able to do file uploads into Amazon.
The bundle ad didn't work before, is that enough, or did not? It's a different subject.
What's that?
The bundle, if that bundle ad didn't work before when I was trying it, it didn't have anything to do with what you just showed us, did it?
Did not. That should work.
That issue.
Yeah, that definitely should work. Let me try it right here.
I think maybe I did it in the wrong place. That's in our Ubuntu environment?
It's in the project. So see, I'm in Bike Tracker. It should do that. And add all that Amazon stuff. Yeah. Any questions on that? That should be the last piece, I think, that you need to get the image stuff done. How's everything else going?
Good.
I figured I would actually be up here till lunch, but
That's all.
if anybody has any questions, now's the time. If not, let's.
Was that all captured right now?
Yeah. Yeah.